No Skibidi Titan has as much firepower as the Nuclear Titan. For the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as the Nuclear Titan in Minecraft, using my arsenal of firearms to overcome my enemies while mutating into bigger and stronger forms. Will I be able to stop the Atomic Skibidi Toilet's plans, or will I get obliterated along with the rest of the Alliance? You'll have to watch until the end to find out. On day 1, I spawned in as a baby Nuclear Titan. Standing before me was my creator.
Finally, our work was a success.
Suddenly, the Atomic Skibidi Toilet broke his way inside.
This toilets will end this war now!
The all-powerful toilet detonated itself and the area was consumed in a massive explosion. Once the dust settled, I found my mom laying gravely wounded on the ground.
Son, get out of here. Quickly!
She called in an airstrike before succumbing to her wounds. I had to get out of there fast.
Get the men!
I ran away. Luckily, I spotted a sports car and hopped in. As I sped away, my mom's airstrikes rained down on the Skibidi minions, killing them. This car is super fast. It reminds me of this super awesome game, Asphalt Legends Unite. It's the ultimate multiplayer racing experience where you can truly play anywhere with your friends. It's available on PS5 and PS4, Android, iOS, PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and even Steam Deck verified, meaning you can play on any platform with the same account. Crossplay at its finest. All your progress from Asphalt 9 carries over, giving you a head start. Dive into this free-to-play arcade racing game packed with action, jaw-dropping jumps, spins, and 3 levels of nitro. With over 250 hypercars to unlock and a brand new garage to show off your collection, you'll be in hypercar heaven. Asphalt Legends Unite launches on July 17th, so mark your calendars. There are a ton of special rewards waiting for you, so don't miss out. Personally, I can't get enough of the Lamborghini Countach. It's a literal speed demon on the track. Think you've got what it takes to beat me? I challenge Max Crafters to race against me. Let's see who the real legend is. Don't wait. Download Asphalt Legends Unite now using my QR code or tracking link in the description. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this incredible racing experience. Let's hit the track, racers. Thank you, Asphalt Legends, for sponsoring this video. On day 2, my car ran out of gas, so I was forced to run through the ruined city on foot while being chased by the Atomic Skibidi Toilet's minions. I ran until I was stopped by a pit of green toxic waste. I was outnumbered and with low health, so I knew fighting was out of the question.
You're trapped, Nuclear Man. Prepare to be exploded.
I'm not dying that easy. I turned towards the sludge and leapt from platform to platform as some of the toilets continued to chase behind me. One of the toilets slipped and fell to their instant demise. Don't look back, keep moving! I pressed onwards, using all of my strength until I finally made it across the pit of toxic waste. However, to my horror, the other toilets wouldn't give up their chase. Get away from me! Suddenly, I unleashed my nuclear radiation attack, causing the last platform to crumble to pieces. The toilet was unable to reach me and fell to their doom. Whoa, if this is just the beginning of my power, I wonder what else I can do. Just then, radiated Alliance members emerged out of the toxic waste like a horde of zombies. There wasn't enough time to run, so I braced myself for battle. On day 3, I was fighting against my radiated allies, trying my best to snap them out of their trance. Please, I don't want to hurt you! They continued to attack me, so I retaliated with my new radiation blasts, hoping a little firepower would be enough. Unfortunately, the radiated alliance members refused to back down. It wasn't long before I was completely surrounded, and I knew I would have to change my game plan. I rolled out of the crowd and spotted a warehouse, giving me an idea. Hey, come and get me! I ran towards the warehouse, luring all of the radiated alliance members inside with me. They continued to close in, and once they were all within the warehouse, I escaped out the back door. Quickly, I flipped a switch, causing the door to slowly close, trapping them inside. I thought I saw something interesting for a second. Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you spot it. I need to find a way to cure them of their radiation. But how? Just then, I spotted something above me out of the corner of my eye. Who goes there? On days 4 through 7, I ran after the mysterious person as they continued to run away from me. I eventually cornered them to an acid pit, leaving them with nowhere to go.
No, please, I come in peace.
I got a better look at the stranger and realized they had a missile head just like me. Who are you?
I'm Mason, one of the failed prototypes that was created before you. I want to help.
I guess that means we're brothers. What can we do to save our friends? Before he had a chance to answer, a damaged electric skibidi appeared behind us.
You will never escape the wrath of the Atomic Skibidi!
The toilet came in to strike me down, but Mason was able to use his incendiary bomb attacks to knock him away. The damaged electric skibidi flew back, crashing into the warehouse and freeing all of the radiated alliance members I had trapped inside.
You fools! Now you'll have to escape me and your zombie friends!
The toilet came after us once again, but now with his own army. Mason and I were forced to run for our lives. On days 8 through 10, Mason and I were being chased by the damaged Electric Skibidi and our radiated allies. They were closing in on us from all directions, and we were quickly realizing that we couldn't keep running forever. We quickly ran behind some cover to think of a new plan.
Come with me. I think I have something to get us out of this mess.
I let Mason take the lead and followed him until we both arrived at a nuclear factory. What is this place?
This is where I was first built. I think there's something here that will give you just the skill you need.
My brother then led me to the other side of the room where he opened a chest. He took out a strange device and handed it over to me. What is this? Before he had time to answer, the radiated alliance members bursted into the lab. We had run out of time.
Use the device. It's the only way we'll survive.
On days 11 through 14, I took out my new item and tried to unleash its power onto my enemies, but nothing seemed to happen. Why isn't this working?
You have to weaken them first before it'll activate. Let's do this together.
I took Mason's advice and began to battle it out with the corrupted alliance members. I beat them down with my radiation attacks, while Mason backed me up with explosive projectiles of his own.
I think they're weak enough. Use it now.
With the enemies now weakened, I re-equipped the device and used it to cure my allies of their radiation poisoning, returning them to normal. Whoa, this has the power to cure radiated enemies. Suddenly, the damaged Electric Skibidi arrived, ready to finish what he had started.
Oh no. We need to get these alliance members to safety.
Go! I'll keep this guy distracted. With that, Mason ran off with the alliance members, leaving me alone to face the toilet.
Oh, a 1v1 I see. Well, let's see if you can handle the extra muscle of a Titan.
The toilet called upon a Titan, and the radiated Titan TV man dropped down before me. I could tell just by looking at him that the radioactive energy had taken away his mind, just like my allies before him. Luckily, I had the curing device now on my side. Wait, I can't use this yet. He's not weak enough. The Titan then charged forward, using his crushing strength and size to outmatch me. Although the battle seemed impossible to win, I was determined to save him. I went at him with everything I had, but I was unable to weaken him enough for the device to activate.
As long as the Titan TV man is protected by my power, you will never cure him. Now finish him off, Titan!
The toilet then left the building, and the Titan TV closed in on me. Things were looking bad. On days 15 through 17, I was about to be crushed, until one of the alliance members we had rescued pushed me out of the way.
Are you okay?
Thanks to you, I am. The radiated Titan TV came in for another attack, but we quickly dodged out of the way.
He's too strong for us to take on by ourselves. Let's get out of here.
The TV man and I took our chance to escape the area before the Titan TV could kill us. We managed to find the hiding spot away where Mason and the others were taking cover.
Glad to see you made it out of there. Are you okay?
Yeah, but things aren't looking good. There's no way to cure the Titan TV man as long as the damaged Electric Skibidi is around.
Then we'll just need to take him down first. I know where that sneaky toilet's hiding.
I'll make sure we all get to safety. You two go ahead.
We then left the alliance members behind, and I followed Mason until we arrived at another Skibidi prison. Inside, we could see the damaged Electric Skibidi lurking, as well as multiple prison cells with their captive alliance allies. Watch my back, Mason. I'm gonna use the element of surprise. I began to sneak my way in, ready to backstab the toilet that had caused us so much trouble. Unfortunately, I accidentally stepped onto a pressure plate which sounded off the alarms and alerting the Skibidi.
Nice try. Get him, my minion.
On days 18 through 21, the radiated Titan TV man was summoned once again to kill me.
And now I once again make my exit. Ta-ta!
The Skibidi fled the area, and the Titan set his sights on me. But before I could be defeated, Mason intervened to buy me some more time.
Don't let that toilet escape!
I set my sights back on the damaged Electric Skibidi and chased after him. He was quick, and there was no way I could reach him in my current state.
You'll never catch me!
As he began to get further and further away, I knew I had to think quickly if I wanted to catch him. Wait, I've got it! I'll use my head! Thinking outside the box, I detached my nuclear head and launched into the sky to begin tracking down the damaged Electric Skibidi. He was moving fast, but since I didn't have my body weighing me down, I was able to catch up. Watch out behind you! I'm coming in hot!
What the? You can do that?
The Skibidi tried to flee as fast as he could, but there was no way he was escaping his nuclear demise.
No!
I made a direct hit onto the electric skibidi, destroying it for good and leaving nothing behind but a massive crater. Suddenly, another nuclear warhead reloaded onto my shoulders, but my health was severely low from using that last move. Whoa, I could have died using that risky move. I'll have to use that power only in dire situations. I then ran back to the base and spotted Mason running straight towards me.
Looks like killing the Skibidi removed the Titan's shield. Use the artifact to absorb his radiation.
Got it! The Titan TV man was seen rushing towards us, so I quickly activated my artifact and absorbed him of his nuclear power. The TV Titan then returned to normal, but to my surprise, his powers transferred into me. I grew bigger and stronger in size, gained 5 more hearts, and new powers. This must be what my mom meant by unlocking my full potential. I have to absorb the radiation of all the Titans and stop the Atomic Skibidi. Suddenly, time froze in place, leaving me and my allies unable to move. I glanced over and watched as the radiated Titan Clockman emerged before us. On days 22 to 25, my allies and I were frozen in time by the radiated Titan Clockman.
Your power all belongs to me now, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He then opened a portal and began to suck in my allies to store them away. No! Guys, hold on! I tried to escape, but due to his power, I couldn't move. I was gonna be sucked in at this rate. Just then, the ground beneath my feet fell through and I was saved by a large drill man.
Don't worry, I've got you.
Wait, what about my friends? I jumped back to the surface to help, but I was too late as the Titan vanished through the portal with my friends, leaving me no way to get to them. No! Everyone is in trouble! I have to open another portal and save them before it's too late!
Give us your power.
Suddenly, a swarm of radiated Alliance members flooded out from the prison. Oh no! The Titan Clockman radiated the Alliance prisoners!
I'll drill every last one of them.
No, we can't hurt them. We can still save them. I led the charge as we engaged the radiated Alliance members. On days 26 to 28, we were getting surrounded by the swarm of Alliance members from the prison. They used their caustic attacks on us, causing some minor damage. Thanks to my upgraded form, I was able to endure most of their hits. Come on guys, snap out of it! If I wanted to utilize my device to reverse their radiation, I had no choice but to weaken my allies. I began stomping into them with my upgraded power and weakening them as much as I could. After a few hits, I used my powers to absorb their radiation, causing them to all revert back to their normal selves.
Wow, good job, Nuclear Titan.
Just then, the Clockwoman stepped forward.
Thank you for saving the people of the Alliance. We need you to save our Titan too.
I'd be happy to, but I don't know how to catch him without a portal.
We can take care of that, but we need you to find 3 galactic gears to make it. Please, hurry. Your friends are in grave danger.
Leave it to me.
When you found them all, meet me at this location.
She then dropped me a map and I picked it up. I then set off to start my search for the 3 galactic gears. On days 29 through 32, I searched the nuclear wasteland for 3 galactic gears. During my search, I passed by an abandoned ship that could be a good place to search. While moving towards it, I noticed something shiny run by, but when I went to check it out, it was gone. Am I crazy? I definitely saw something. Rewatch at 0.25 speed to see if you spotted it too. Continuing to look around the ship, I managed to locate the first gear sitting inside. I snagged it and kept up my search for the other 2. After a bit of searching around the ship, I was about to look elsewhere until I spotted a little crab gripping it in their claws. Hey, I need that! The crab started to scurry away and make a break for a small tunnel in the distance. Oh no you don't! I picked up the pace and managed to jump in front of the hole before he scurried through it. Drop the gear, small fry, or else I'm eating crab tonight. Luckily, the crab dropped the gear and ran off, giving me only 1 more galactic gear to find. I quickly picked it up and kept searching. Just then, I spotted a toilet move out of the corner of my eye. What are they doing here? I followed them and saw them taking the final galactic gear. Hand that over, thief!
What the? This gear's mine.
The toilet tried to make a break for it just like the crab from before. Since he was a toilet, I wasn't gonna hold back. You're dead! I fired a rocket attack towards the Skibidi, killing him in an instant. Upon his death, he dropped the final galactic gear that I needed. Nice! Time to head over to the Clockwoman. I then followed the map the Clockwoman gave me to find that she had prepared the basic structure of the portal.
Good, you're back. Did you get the gears?
I did. Here you go. I handed the gears over to the Clockwoman and she quickly placed them into the correct slots on the machine. Energy surged in the middle of it and the portal suddenly opened before me.
The rest is up to you. Good luck.
I passed through the portal, ready to take on whatever challenges lay before me. On days 33 to 35, I arrived inside of a new realm. I found myself in awe as I looked around and saw that there were massive clocks floating through the sky all around me. Just ahead were my allies, as well as the radiated Titan Clockman.
You dare come to my realm?
I do, and I'm gonna stop you. I didn't hesitate and ran in to clash with the Titan. I landed a few close-range strikes on him, but he was able to knock me back with his overhead sword swing. Before I could recover, he unleashed a barrage of bullets from his Gatling gun. The bullets were charged with radiation and burned my body. Despite the pain, I was determined to rescue my friends. Titan Clockman, you can fight this! This isn't you!
Silence!
He ran at me and tried to strike me with his sword again, but I managed to dodge his attack. Then I'll just have to knock some sense into you. I unleashed another rocket at the Titan's back. It was a direct hit and left him shaken. While he was weakened, I ran in and absorbed his radiation. This caused me to transform, gaining a Gatling gun arm, mounted shoulder rockets, and 5 more hearts.
I'm sorry. The radiation corrupted my mind. I lost control.
Don't worry, I'm here to help. Let's go home. The Titan Clockman safely teleported my allies back to the overworld as we headed back through the portal. But when I arrived, I discovered that the Clockwoman was under attack by a mutant Scuba Skibidi. On days 36 through 39, the Clockwoman was defending herself using her twin pistols. She was incredibly skilled and was able to keep the Scuba Skibidi on its toes as she dodged his attacks. Unfortunately, she eventually got caught off guard and knocked down. She was clinging onto her last bit of health. Hold on, we're coming! The Titan Clockman and I jumped in to help. I unloaded bullets from my arm gun into the mutant Scuba Skibidi, and the Titan struck him with his sword.
What's this? 2 Titans? That's a bit unfair, don't you think?
He used a strange power, causing a cage to seal around the Titan Clockman and Clockwoman. I no longer had backup. It was just me and the mutant Scuba Skibidi.
Let's see how you fare on your own, freak.
He came at me, landing blast attacks on me. He managed to deal good damage to me, but I fired missiles right back at him, dealing good damage of my own.
Nice shot. Well, let's see how you do against an attack you can't see coming.
He suddenly disappeared without a trace. I looked around, but he was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, he reappeared behind me and tried to land a surprise attack on me.
Look out behind you.
Thanks to the Titan's warning, I managed to dodge at the last second. I then landed a devastating counterattack, knocking him back and weakening the mutant.
How are you this powerful?
I'll tell you how. I'm the Nuclear Titan. I then launched more missiles at him and struck down the mutant Scuba Skibidi for good. Once he was dealt with, I moved to my friend's cage and broke them out. Once they were both freed, the Titan spotted something on the ground.
What's that?
I looked and saw that there was a note on the ground. I quickly picked it up and read it. Find the radiated Titan Drillman before the Nuclear Titan does first. We will use his power to the advantage of the toilets. Oh no, I need to get to the Drill Titan before the Skibidi toilets do. I knew I had no time to waste and I began my search. As I was leaving, I heard screaming in the distance. That can't be good. I ran towards the noise, knowing that if there was trouble, I would be needed. On days 40 to 43, I ran to the source of the screaming and came upon radiated drillmen trying to demolish a building full of innocent Alliance members. They were using their drill powers to break down the base of the building. Your rampage ends now. I ran in to fight off the drillmen, drawing their attention away from the building and onto me. With our minigun and powerful strikes, I was easily able to weaken the drillmen with ease. Once they were weakened, I began curing them with great efficiency.
Thank you for helping us. One of our allies is missing.
Don't worry, I'll help you find him. Where'd he go?
He might be back at our home base. It's marked on this map. Here, take it.
The drillman dropped the map at my feet and I picked it up quickly. I moved towards the spot that was marked on the map and soon arrived at their home base. When I got there, I saw that the place was completely covered in toxic waste. The atomic toilet must have attacked here too. I turned towards the source of the screaming and ran towards it. Once I arrived, I found a lone drillman surrounded by toxic waste. Stay where you are, I'm coming to help. I began building a bridge towards the endangered drillman when suddenly the ground began to shake. Just then, the Titan drillman emerged from the platform ahead, appearing before me. He struck me with his drills, knocking me back onto a nearby ship. I looked up as he landed before me and saw that he had become radiated just like the Titan Clockman before him.
Your power will be mine.
On days 44 through 46, I was being attacked by the Titan Drillman. He was relentless, but I couldn't afford to engage in combat with him. The Drillman needed my help. I managed to hit the Titan Drillman hard enough to knock him away. I then turned and ran towards the moat of toxic waste surrounding the Drillman. I used whatever resources I had in my inventory to continue building a bridge across. I managed to complete the bridge and make it to the Drillman.
Where do you think you're going?
The Titan Drillman then took to the skies and landed directly behind the Drillman. Get away from him! I unleashed a barrage of bullets from my arm cannon at the Titan, protecting the drill man.
With the nuclear energy inside your body, I could become unstoppable.
He jumped over me, aiming to strike with his drills once more. I dodged forward, then ran across it to stand before the drill man and protect him. The Titan drill man turned to lunge at me once again, but before he could reach me and the drill man, I launched missiles at him. I landed a direct hit and knocked him back into the toxic waste, causing him to sink down into the sludge.
Did you get him?
I think so. Suddenly, the Titan drill man rose up from the toxic waste. He had now been transformed into an even stronger state than before. On days 47 through 50, the drill man ran for his life as I clashed with the upgraded radiated Titan drill man. The moat of toxic waste surrounded us as we fought. His strength was immense, and I feared that he would knock me into it. I unleashed my missiles onto him once again, but he was able to tank the blows and retaliate with a toxic spin attack. It did significant damage and knocked me to the edge of the platform.
It's over, Nuclear Titan. Give me your power or die.
Nuclear Titan, use this!
I looked and saw that the drill man was trying to get my attention on the other side of the moat. He threw a strange-looking battery to me across the toxic waste, and it landed beside me. I picked it up and gained additional armor. It even restored my health. I won't let you win. You're gonna be cleansed of your radiation. Our fighting resumed, but thanks to my improved armor, I was able to take the Titan's hits far more effectively and put up a better fight. He tried to land another toxic spit attack, but I used my armor to defend myself and managed to nail him with a barrage of missiles, overwhelming him. This attack weakened him enough for me to run in and finally absorb his radiation, turning him back to normal. With his radiation absorbed, I began to grow in size, gained 5 hearts, and a new cannon weapon.
You saved me. Thank you. I'm sorry if I hurt either of you.
It's okay. You're going back to being yourself now. Before we could talk more, the ground beneath my feet suddenly began shaking. There was no time to react, when out of nowhere, the ground gave in and I began falling into the depths below. On days 51 to 54, I landed inside of a strange lab that I had never seen before. Where am I? I proceeded forward, hoping to find a way out. But as I did, I saw that there were toilets standing guard. I quickly took cover, but luckily, I wasn't spotted. Did I stumble into a secret Skibidi base? Just my luck. I looked around from behind cover and spotted the Atomic Skibidi through the glass windows. He was speaking to a group of his soldiers, but I couldn't hear a word he was saying. They might be talking about something important. I need to find a way to listen without being seen. I spotted a door behind me and quietly passed through it. As I stealthed around, I soon ended up in a room with a strange machine inside. What is this thing? I turned it on using a lever and stood back to see what would happen. To my surprise, it suddenly shot a bolt of energy at me that coursed through my whole body. On days 55 to 57, I regained consciousness and looked around. Everything looks a little bigger than I remember. It was in that moment that I realized that the beam had shrunk me down to a tiny size. Whoa, that thing must have been a shrink ray. Being this small might have its advantages. I stealthed back through the facility. Thanks to my tiny size, none of the toilet guards spotted me. I was able to slip under a door and enter the room that the atomic toilet was in with ease. At this tiny size, he couldn't see me, and I was able to listen to his plans.
Now that I've set off my bomb, it's time to begin preparations for our final attack. Behold, the atomic core!
He opened the ceiling, unveiling a terrifying weapon to his men.
What does that do?
This machine will create an explosion 1,000 times stronger than my atomic bomb. With its power, we will wipe out everything and rebuild the world into a new Skibidi Utopia!
His minions erupted into cheers as I found myself filled with dread. Oh no, this is worse than I thought. I can't let his plans come to fruition. Suddenly, I grew a little bit in size. The shrink ray's power was starting to wear off. If I grow anymore, I'll be spotted. I ran back the way I came before it was too late. On days 58 to 61, I ran into another room in the laboratory and looked around for an exit. I was gradually growing larger and larger. As I searched for a way out, I passed by something interesting. Rewatched the video at 0.5 speed to spot it. As I ran, I accidentally ran into one of the Skibidi guards.
Intruder! Sound the alarms!
I quickly eliminated the Skibidi guard, but alarms began to flare around me and I knew that I didn't have much time left to escape. I found a crack that I would have been able to escape through, but I had grown back to my normal size and could no longer fit. Oh no! I'm stuck in here! I heard more guards approaching, but there was nowhere for me to run. That was when the crack suddenly broke apart and became wider. I looked through and saw my brother Mason on the other side of it. He had widened it for me.
Let's get out of here.
I jumped through the widened crack and hurried outside. Mason and I moved like our lives depended on it as the shrink rays effect wore off and I returned to my normal size. We were able to get away from the lab before the guards could catch us. We soon found a hiding spot and took cover. Thanks for the help, bro, but we have trouble on our hands.
I thought as much. Bring me up to speed.
I explained to Mason what I had heard the Atomic Skibidi saying, and how he planned to use his atomic core weapon to cleanse the planet of all life and build a Skibidi utopia.
Yeah, I definitely call that trouble. If he succeeds, we're all doomed.
I know. That's why I need to reach my full power before it's too late.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I found the Titan cameraman. The bad news is that he's irradiated and captured a ton of our allies.
Then there isn't a moment to waste. It's time for a rescue mission. With Mason at my side, we both headed off with the goal of saving those that the Titan cameraman had captured. On days 62 to 64, I followed Mason to the whereabouts of the radiated Titan cameraman. When we arrived, I was shocked to see my Alliance allies inside of a cage the Titan had created.
When I consume you all, I will have more power than you can possibly imagine.
Enough! I jumped in to confront the Titan, determined to keep him from hurting anyone.
I can taste your nuclear energy. It is strong. Your power will be mine.
Determined to absorb my power, the Titan cameraman attacked me with a devastating nuclear beam attack. The hit left me rattled, but I was able to maintain my composure and retaliate with my shoulder cannons. We traded several blows, my missiles colliding with his body while his laser collided with mine. He was a strong foe, but I couldn't let him hurt my friends.
Keeping all that power for yourself, you don't deserve to live.
The Titan released a powerful beam from the energy core in his chest, but I was able to dodge it. I jumped up to higher ground and aimed a precise missile shot, hitting him in the energy core in his chest and causing an explosion. He was weakened, and it gave me an opening. I absorbed his radiation, returning him to his normal form and upgrading myself. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. I ran over to the Titan's cage and struck it with a heavy punch, freeing my allies.
My head. Oh no. What did I do?
It's okay. You weren't in control. Do you have any idea where the other Titans are?
Unfortunately, I cannot recall anything clearly due to how the radiation affected my mind. But this might help you.
He dropped a map at my feet and I picked it up. It was titled Alliance Safe House. What is this for?
You should be able to find C-Pen there. He is the only one who can help you locate the Titan pencilman.
Thank you. I won't let you guys down. I kept moving, following the map towards the Alliance Safe House. On days 65 to 67, I arrived at the Alliance Safe House. The exterior of it looked like a reinforced military bunker. This place looks secure. Hopefully someone inside can help me. I walked through the entrance, but instead of a military base, I saw that the place around me was a resort. I looked around and saw that there were luxurious pools with various Alliance members chilling beside it. I guess even Alliance members need some R&R. I couldn't help but explore further and saw that there were countless rooms that Alliance members were staying at. But I also noticed a long line of them waiting outside a restroom. There's only one toilet? I guess they had to save money somehow. I then went over to the nearest reception desk to find a TV man working behind it. Excuse me, I'm looking for C-Pen. Have you seen him?
C-Pen? What would I know about that guy? I've been here all day. You can ask anyone here to vouch for me.
I wasn't accusing you of anything.
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Go ask someone else.
I wasn't sure why the TV man was being so rude, but I ignored him for now and left to find someone who could help me. I walked around until I found a couple of pencilmen wearing sunglasses behind one of the hotels. Excuse me, could any of you help me find C-Pen?
Actually, we have some details that could help, but I can't talk with so many people around. Let's meet up by the pool tonight.
Huh, it's been a while since I've gone for a swim. Okay, sounds like a plan. I headed to the pool and waited around until nightfall for the pencil men. Time passed, but none of them ever showed up. That's weird. Where are those guys? Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from another part of the resort. I decided to go investigate. On days 68 to 72, I made my way to the source of the noise and ended up by the resort's waterfall. There was nothing there but a pair of sunglasses on the floor. Wait, aren't those the same sunglasses the pencilmen were wearing? Before I could investigate further, the receptionist suddenly appeared behind me, startling me.
My, you're up late? I'll just be taking care of that.
The receptionist hastily picked up the glasses. Do you know where those glasses are from?
You ask a lot of questions. I think you should go to bed and get some rest. Now, if you would excuse me, I have to use the restroom.
The receptionist walked away and entered the single restroom that the resort had. There's definitely something fishy about that guy. I have to see what he's up to. I waited for him to come back out of the restroom, but he never did. What's taking him so long?
I told you to go back to bed. You should have listened.
I turned around and saw the receptionist standing behind me, but he no longer had a TV head. He had a Skibidi Toilet head.
Goodbye, Nuclear Titan.
Before I could react, he pulled out a device that turned the bathroom into a portal. The toilet then pushed me towards it and I got sucked into another dimension. On days 73 to 75, I was flushed down into the toilet dimension. There, I found C-Pen, the pencil man I was supposed to meet, and every other Alliance member who had used the restroom. I see you got another pair of glasses, pencil man. What is this place?
It's what we were going to tell you about. The safe house was infiltrated by Skibidi Toilets and is now being used as a trap for Alliance members.
Looks like we were all caught before you could warn me. Is there a way out of here?
The only way out is to defeat the monster who presides over this dimension. But he's a formidable foe. I have not been able to defeat him.
Well, we have to try. Take me to him. I followed C-Pen as we jumped down into the depths of the toilet world and into another area. Passing through the wall of toilet water, we spotted a monstrous Skibidi. He had the radiated Titan pencil man trapped in some kind of cell. The cell was drawing power out of the Titan.
He used the Titan pencil man's radiated power to create this dimension. As long as he has the Titan, he can keep drawing his power to keep this dimension active. We have to stop him.
Then let's free that Titan and destroy this place. C-Pen and I ran in to intervene, and the monstrous Skibidi turned to face us.
Another captive, here to try and destroy my realm, are you? You will never escape from here.
Determined to keep us from destroying his domain, he ran in and attacked us. On days 76 to 79, the C-Pen and I were fighting the monster Skibidi. We tried to use teamwork as we took him on, but he managed to knock us back with strong fireball attacks. Thinking quickly, C-Pen and I combined our minigun weapons to retaliate. However, the monster was too powerful for our bullets to do any real damage.
You fools are in my world. While I'm here, I'm 10 times stronger than any Alliance member could ever hope to be.
He struck us again with his fireball attack, doing even more damage this time. We couldn't beat him in a direct fight, so I had to think of a different approach. Cover me! C-Pen held off the monster toilet as I ran for the Titan pencil man. When I reached him, I was able to break his cage open. Since he had already been weakened by the monster Skibidi, I was able to cure him of his radiation and return him back to normal. I then absorbed his power and gained 5 parts and new powers. Time for round 2! I ran back over to the monster Skibidi, whose focus was on C-Pen. I was able to use my upgraded strength on him, doing significant damage.
What? That actually hurt.
That's right! Without the Titan's power, you and your dimension are nothing!
I won't let you destroy my world!
We clashed in battle once more, but thanks to the radiation I had absorbed, I stood a chance against his blows. I used one final explosive attack to kill him once and for all. As he died, we all suddenly felt the realm around us weakening and we disappeared from it. We then reappeared back inside of the Safe House Resort and escaped the toilet dimension.
Thank you for your help, Nuclear Titan. I was on my way to find the Speakermen when I got captured.
Save your strength. You've been through a lot. I'll find them.
I used this map to find my way to where they've been held. Take it. It will help you.
The Titan Pencil Man handed the map over to me without a second thought. Thank you for your help. It's time to gain the last of my power. With my next objective clear, I left the safe house. On days 80 to 83, I followed the Titan Pencil Man's lead and discovered a factory. The door to it was extremely heavy duty. They must be holding the speakermen behind here. I have to get through this door. I used my arsenal of explosive weapons to try and brute force my way through the door, but it didn't budge. I guess guns don't solve everything. I looked around for a way to open the door and spotted a group of signs along with 3 buttons. Each button had an answer assigned to it. What has to be broken before you can use it? Answer correctly and you can pass, but one wrong move will alert security. Yikes! Looks like I only have one shot at this. I looked over all the answers and decided to press the button assigned to the answer, an egg. Pressing the button caused the door to open. I answered correctly. And I'm not even into riddles. Looks like I have brains and brawn. I entered through the open door, determined to find the speakermen. On days 84 through 86, I reached the inside of the lab where I saw speakermen working on a line of conveyor belts. They were being forced to create TNT for the Skibidi Toilet army. I looked and saw that the scientist Skibidi was watching over them, making sure that none of them dared step out of line.
Work faster! That TNT won't craft itself!
Let us go! We're tired!
Never! You will all work for us until the Atomic Toilet's plans are complete.
This is horrible. I need to shut this place down ASAP. I observed the factory, looking for a way to free my allies. I spotted a main control panel and I got an idea. From a distance, I fired my weapons at it. I destroyed it and the conveyor belt grinded to a halt. Everyone, run while you can! The speaker man ran out of the building and the Skibidi quickly spotted me.
The nuclear titan? You'll pay for trying to disrupt our plans.
The scientist Skibidi came after me and I prepared for battle. On days 87 to 89, I was fighting against the scientist Skibidi in an attempt to keep the speakermen safe. I dodged back and forth as he launched electrical attacks at me. Fortunately, none of them hit. I retaliated by firing my missiles at him, but he flew up to avoid them and they struck TNT in the factory instead. The TNT exploded, destroying part of the factory. I realized that since the speakermen had safely escaped, I could take the whole building down.
No! Be careful, you fool! You could take down my whole factory!
Oh, really now? So if I leave it alone, will you surrender?
Never!
Yeah, I thought so. In that case, fire in the hole! I launched heavy missiles into the factory, setting off all the TNT that was inside in a massive chain of explosions. Every ounce of gunpowder and dynamite went up in flames and blew up like a grand finale at a fireworks show. Before long, the factory was completely destroyed and the scientist Skibidi became hysterical.
No! My factory!
While the toilet was sobbing, I struck him from behind, killing him for good.
Thanks for helping us, Nuclear Titan.
I'm always happy to, but where is your Titan?
He was taken to the Atomic Toilet's HQ. We have no idea what horrible things they're planning to do to him there.
Don't worry, I'll stop at nothing to make sure he comes back alive. I hurried to the Atomic Toilet's HQ, knowing that I had limited time to save the Titan Speaker Man. On days 90 through 92, I arrived at the Atomic Toilet's HQ, the central hideout for the Atomic Toilet's army. The exterior looked like some kind of crashed warship. I saw the radiated Titan Speaker Man being held inside of a cage on the top of the ship. There he is! I have to absorb his radiation, restore him to his normal self, and get him out of here! I scaled the rusted wings of the ship and eventually made it to the top. I approached the cage, but before I could free him, a Skibidi Toilet minion spotted me.
Ah, the nuclear titan is here! Release the Titan Speaker Man!
The Toilet minion activated a switch, opening the cage and releasing the empowered Speaker Man. He immediately dropped down in front of me. The Titan Speaker Man equipped his irradiated guitar axe and used his rock and roll attacks on me, launching me back. He tried to follow up with another attack, but I quickly fired at him with my arm cannon. Unfortunately, his radiated state allowed him to take the blow. Just then, I spotted more Skibidi guards arriving to back him up. If this fight went on much longer, things would get ugly fast. Take this! I landed a clean melee hit on the Titan Speaker Man, stunning him long enough for me to run in and cure his radiation. I was then granted 5 more hearts and new powers from his absorbed radiation.
Thanks for saving me, Nuclear Titan.
No problem. Now that you're cured, let's get out of here before those guards show up.
I'll go meet with my men. They need to know I'm safe. Let's regroup with the rest of the Alliance afterward. words.
The Titan Speaker Man flew off to find his men, and I prepared to make my escape from the base. Unfortunately, the mutant horror Skibidi appeared and was able to ambush me. He landed a heavy blow, causing me to stagger.
Playtime is over, little nuke boy. The Atomic Toilet sends his regards. You're mine now.
Before I could recover, he struck me again, causing me to black out. On days 93 to 95, I woke up to find that I was now in the same cage the Titan had been in before. The mutant horror Skibidi Toilet was standing before me.
Look who finally decided to wake up.
What do you want? Let me go!
Why would I do that? The Atomic Skibidi's ultimate weapon is nearly complete, and soon nothing will be able to stop him.
That's where you're wrong. I'll stop him no matter what it takes.
If only that were true. I think it's time we deleted you from the equation for good.
He flipped a switch and gas suddenly began filling my cage. What is this stuff?
Toxic gas. All you have to do now is sit and wait to succumb to your fate.
As the mutant horror Skibidi laughed, I tried to break out of my cage, but nothing I had at my disposal was damaging it. My vision began to blur, and before I knew it, I passed out. On days 96 through 98, the darkness suddenly cleared from my vision. I looked around and saw that I was in a strange realm. Where am I?
We're inside of your mind.
I turned towards the familiar voice and saw my mother standing before me. Mom! I missed you! I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you all those days ago.
Don't worry, my son. You have more than proven yourself worthy of being the nuclear titan.
But what am I gonna do? The mutant horror Skibidi has me trapped, and the Atomic Skibidi's weapon is nearly complete.
You can't give up now. Use your willpower and push forward. I know you can still do this.
You're right. I have to try. For you and everyone else. I focused, thinking about all those that were counting on me. I felt my body fill with fierce determination. In a bright flash, I suddenly woke up. Through sheer willpower, I pushed through the effects of the toxic gas.
No, this can't be. Why aren't you dead?
This world isn't yours to destroy. With a single blow that I put all my determination behind, I smashed the cage to pieces and went for the mutant horror Skibidi.
Your determination is impressive, but that won't save you.
On day 99, I was approaching the mutant horror Skibidi, the last obstacle in my way before facing the Atomic Toilet.
Wait! Look over there!
I turned and looked at where he was pointing, catching a glimpse of a golden cameraman standing on the edge of the ship. Hey, that must be the last Easter egg. If you didn't find them all, go back through the video and see if you can spot them.
Ha! Made you look!
The mutant horror Skibidi surprise attacked me while I was distracted, striking me with massive power.
You may have escaped my trap, but you will not reach our leader.
He unleashed his saw blades, cutting into my body. I felt myself begin to slow as the effects of the poison gas combined with the damage being inflicted by his blades.
Just as I thought. You're all talk. No matter how hard you believe in yourself, you're not invincible, and you'll fall like any other.
Shut up! I surprised him, suddenly unleashing a barrage of bullets which launched him off the base and causing him to hit the ground hard. I looked over the edge of the ship and prepared my final attack. For the Alliance! I jumped off and landed a nuclear body slam onto the Skibidi and struck him down in an epic fashion. I had barely any energy left, but I knew that I couldn't afford to rest. I went towards the heart of the HQ to take down the Atomic Skibidi before it was too late. On day 100, I arrived at the heart of the HQ where the Atomic Skibidi was. He was standing beside his atomic core weapon, which had been completed.
Well, look who decided to show his face. You look tired, little titan.
I am tired of you. Disarm the core now.
As if I ever would. Once this weapon goes off, you and all of the other Alliance members will be deleted from this world. This Skibidi Toilets will rebuild this planet in our image.
Then I'll just have to disable it myself. I don't care if it kills me. You'll never see your toilets take this world. I ran at the Atomic Skibidi and he met me head on. He used his nuclear waste attacks on me, trying to irradiate me like the Titans before me. Those that hit were strong, but I was able to dodge some and resist being irradiated. I fought back with every attack that I had gained over my journey. I was worn out and at the end of my rope, but I was determined to win.
You've learned a few tricks, but nothing you have can save you.
He launched bombs at me, but I fired my arm cannon at them, causing them to detonate midair and damage him instead. This caused him to become stunned and weakened, but I was on the verge of collapsing too. For a moment, we stared each other down.
Very clever, Titan.
Give up. This is where this ends.
No, this is where everything ends!
Suddenly, he ran towards the switch that would activate the core. If he set it off, then everything would be destroyed. I aimed the few missiles I had left at him, managing to kill him with them and stop him before he could set the atomic core off. With the Atomic Skibidi dead, I was able to disarm the switch and the core was depowered for good, saving the world from destruction. I could rest easy knowing that I had saved everyone. Don't forget to download Asphalt Legends Unite now using my QR code or tracking link in the description. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this incredible racing experience. Thank you, Asphalt Legends, for sponsoring this video.